Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Get it, Hank.
I'm sorry, I just choked on Eva's Capri Sun.
And happy holidays. You suck. I'm just
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Why are
Is that
you?
the, oh, that's your favorite song. That's the Ariana Grande one?
It's in sync.
Mm.
Are you out of your mind? Don't you dare give their best holiday song to Ariana Grande.
She has a good one too.
Ariana Petite. She should not have the last name Grande because that doesn't work.
It's like saying jumbo shrimp.
It's an oxymoron, if you will. Anyways, that is in sync. That is my favorite song. We are still in the holidays. And if you haven't felt the stress of the holidays, we're going to help you feel it right now because that's what we're going to talk about. We'll probably make you feel like you're behind on your Christmas shopping. Or if you're with Hank's talking, maybe you're going to feel like you're ahead. I don't know. I am tired.
Yeah.
The holidays are tiring. I want to go back to when I was a kid, when my mom was tired and I got to enjoy them. Who knew, Hank, all the shit parents did?
It is so much work, and I'm hanging on by a thread.
I know.
Hanging on by a thread. I'm worn out. And I thought that I got like ahead of it because I did a lot of internet shopping with the kids, you know, on the websites and all the things. But now the stuff's all getting delivered. And then I'm like, oh shit, now I have to wrap it.
It's honestly the amount of boxes that come to that. You obviously feel for the UPS, the USPS and FedEx, and God knows there's a million other carriers now because they got to figure out how to get all these boxes to people for the holidays. But when they show up to my house right now, I want to cry because all the boxes that are coming in, I know I'm going to have to wait until the kids are in bed, which usually I'm in bed, but I have to wait now until they're in bed so that I can start wrapping. And I'm exhausted. And you know what? I should listen to my husband. He's like, they don't need a lot. They don't. It's very true. They didn't really ask for much. They asked for clothes, which who knew kids this age were already asking for clothes? We'll get into it. I hate that. I hate that kids are caring about what they look like already. But they asked for clothes. They're getting clothes. But I don't know. You guys know I don't do birthdays. I really go big for Christmas. But I'm starting to really feel like I don't enjoy the holidays anymore. And I don't want that.
I'm wondering, and I was going to take on this strategy and then I didn't, is like maybe you should do it all like in the summer. Like what about like you buy everything in the summer and then once like November or December hits, it's all done.
Right. But do you
wrap, you get everything done. Like I put my tree up before Thanksgiving, which is usually a huge no-no in my life because I want to celebrate each holiday individually. But I'm really glad I did because it's like that was done.
Yeah. It's another thing crossed off the list, which don't you hate that we're living through the holidays that way? It's supposed to be like the most joyful time of year. And here I am cussing out every truck that shows up to our house because I'm like, no, not more. And you know what? Well, obviously, we're both very blessed in the fact that we can afford things for our children and give them gifts. And there's plenty of kids that won't receive what they need and want. Oh my gosh. Did I miss your toy drive?
No, it's tomorrow. Wait, this drops Thursday. So it's
Sorry.
Today is the day that on Thursday you can make your way to Southgate at the Kroger. I'll be there all day long.
Okay.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, because we're a little ahead of time. I'll be at Somerset all day long. So yeah, it's great. It's phenomenal. It's going to be great. It's going to be 0 degrees.
You know what, Hank? But you are doing a really good thing. You're doing God's work. You really are. So
I love it. It's so much fun and everybody's so kind and generous. And so I'm excited for that. But it is going to be a little chilly and that's fine.
It's okay.
Holiday.
Just wear a bunch of jackets and I'll just send you an extra like heating pad you throw on.
There you go.
I'm glad I didn't miss that because as I'm talking about how spoiled rotten my kids are and I'm wrapping all these gifts, but like what also people don't understand is I'm wrapping all the gifts and have to send them all the way to Atlanta, all the way to Florida, to Texas. So I have to get it done relatively early to be able to get those out where you're not paying a fortune for expedited shipping. It's already a fortune to ship during the holidays. You know what I mean?
I just shipped a gift to Sam. And what I did not know is that you can I took. It doesn't matter. He's not listening to the podcast anyway. I wrapped a pair of shoes like in a shoebox, like wrapped them. And then I took it to the post office thinking that would then have to go into a box. It doesn't. They put a label right on my gift wrapping, and then you just tape all the way around the box. I did not know that.
No, Hank.
Yes.
Okay, I get that they can do that, but that ruins the wrapping. You got to put it in a box.
That's exactly what Judge said. I don't care. I don't care if it gets there and the box is ripped to shreds. As long as it's fine.
Honestly, kudos to you for thinking about Sam. I think that's really sweet. I was thinking about Sam after our game.
He fell down.
He fell down.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it.
I missed it. And by the way, he and Matthew have just had phenomenal season. I mean, the back end of Matthew's season has been extraordinary. I love the gifts and the memes. And when people are like LeBron James or like tweeting out about Matthew, like it warms my heart.
Yeah.
Sam also, for as many years as these two guys have been in the league, playing at the top of his game right now. And these things happen. Punts get blocked. I mean, this is what football is. But I missed it live. But I always know when something, because my phone explodes.
Oh,
with
really?
The kids texting me. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God. I'm like, oh shit. Something happened. So I run to the TV and I'm rewinding. I'm like, let's see. The last text came at 15 after. And then I'm like, oh.
Ooh. You know what? I will say we were obviously cheering heavily. We're like, yeah. And then I'm running around and I look at Kira and I was like, oh shit, that was Sam. Like I totally, you forget, you're in it, you're wanting your team to win. And all of a sudden I was like, oh no. And then I looked back and I go, well, we're enemies during the game anyway, so we'll be friends after. But
it is a football game. Yeah. And let me tell you, what a football game.
It was crazy. It was such a good game. Honestly.
And coming on the heels of that Thursday prime game with the Lions and Green Bay, where it was just like, I mean, there has been, and Matthew said it best in his interview post-game, this is what football in December is all about.
Yep.
This is playoff games. These are being played right now. Lions-Bills this Sunday. This could be a Super Bowl preview. We have no idea. But this is, I don't remember football being look at the teams with the records that they have right now. You know, I don't remember football like, these many teams in the hunt. I mean, it's extraordinary.
I mean, our entire division is literally basically the same record, and we all play each other at the end, just like every other division. But it's going to come down to the wire for a lot of these teams. So, just like every game, we have to sit and watch the entire game because we are never having a game where it's like, woo, a blowout either way. And now I'm like, the season's going to end up that way. Like, we got to get it through the whole season. Now, the line, like, people have clinched. We talked about this on Timeout, but people have clinched already, which is very exciting. But people are still wanting that number one spot. So you got to keep playing. And everyone's kind of in the mix. Like, even the Lions have to keep playing their starters if they want that first round bye because Minnesota's right behind them. And I don't know another NFC team that's really up there. But it's interesting. So we're excited. Playoff football is around the corner. But right now, I had a horribly scary situation. And if you watch my Instagram, you know what it was. But this is my It's a Lot for this week. So, Hank, there was a mountain lion two doors down from us in their backyard. And when I say mountain lion, this thing was massive. It wasn't like a little mountain lion that might eat George. This is a mountain lion that would take down Matthew. Like, it was huge. So I'm going, well, this is different. Like, we've weathered the earthquakes. We've weathered the fires. By the way, there's a huge fire in Malibu happening right now. So I'm praying for everyone involved in that, for their homes, for the firefighters who are fighting it. I mean, this is really scary. The winds here are insane right now. You might even hear them howling throughout this podcast, but praying for everyone that's going. But we've weathered the earthquakes, the fires. What else? Well, now we have mountain lions.
You had massive flooding.
Oh yeah, flood. Listen. What is going on? I don't know. But here we are, okay? So
Jesus has his eyes on California.
Jesus is testing all the Californians right now. So anyways, I am like, okay, girls, we can't have George outside. You can't be outside. Obviously, we need to find a way to get you in the car without going outside type of situation. Take them to school, and I'm like, hey, what happens now? Like, do we call the animal control or whatever? So animal control is called, but they can't do anything about it.
Why?
Right? I guess I don't really know. But so I was like, okay, can't do anything about it. We just need to make sure we are very on top of when George is outside, things like that. So then I get a call or I get an email from their school, which is right down the road. They had a lock-in. Is that what they're called? Lockdown. Thank you very much. They had a lockdown because the mountain lion had made it to the school. Okay, this is where I'm like, how are we not tranquing this thing and relocating it? Tagging it first and relocating it. This is a huge mountain lion. And I'm over here in the South. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's people that will shoot a person if they come on the property. And here we are. There's mountain lions on the property. And we're like, oop, can't touch it. We can't even trank it to go somewhere else. We got to just let it be. They let it be. Even next to the school. I'm going, at what point are we going to put our children's lives ahead of a mountain lion's? Like, what is happening? So then, this is great though. This is where it gets really good. So then I'm talking to this girl who I play tennis with, who also lives in the neighborhood. And she's like, oh, we have those things on our property all the time. And I go, I'm sorry, what? She was like, yeah, we live mountainside. I go, I'm not as nice about mountain lions. If a mountain lion was on my property, I don't know what I would do. And I'm not going to say what I would do because it'll turn into a headline. But you bet. No. You better believe I'm not just letting it like hang out. You know what I mean? Like, we're just like, woo, mountain lion in the backyard. This is so cool. What the fuck? No, it's not. This is dangerous. These are my kids' lives. And then she proceeds to tell me about the bridge that our tax-paying money built. That is the animal bridge, so that the mountain lions aren't inbreeding and dying off. I guess they're like dying because they're, what is it called? Is that inbreeding? When they inbred? What is it called?
When they're becoming extinct?
No, yeah, but they
That's right.
inbred. When they mate with each other.
Yeah, they're inbred.
They're inbred because there's not enough mountain lions on this side. So then we build a bridge so that the mountain lions can come to our side and find companions who are in their family line. I'm going, oh, fantastic. Save the mountain lions. Let's just bring them all over here so our kids and our dogs and our pets and our horses and myself can be in danger. We're going to be endangered.
And you thought the problem when you moved out there was that they had banned plastic straws.
That is a problem. It's a fucking problem. Okay.
Now, how does word spread in the neighborhood that you live in? Like, does Chloe post on the Nextdoor app that there's a mountain lion in her backyard? Like, how does it get from one celebrity that, like, is Lil Wayne like just putting out a group text to everybody? How does it work? Like, mountain lion alert? Like, what is it? Like,
no, I'm sure that the celebrities have people on these Nextdoor apps who work for them so that they are in tune with what is happening. I got a text from my friend who lives in here who knew that we lived close to this neighbor who posted it. So that's how I found out. But yeah, I think the celebrities have someone on the Nextdoor app that are like, oh, mountain lion in the area. I also think like the guys who spend a lot of time with us, Uncle Rodell and Uncle David, they know the security guards for a lot of these celebrities and will let them know what's going on. When we know. So, but it made its rounds. And I love wildlife. I do. It's really tough for me to kill something. It really is. But we are talking about a lion. This is a lion. Okay. It has no predators in California. It is going to kill whatever it wants, including my children and me and my husband. So I would much rather them tag it and relocate it to a less residential area.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It doesn't want to be there.
It
It wants
doesn't.
to be like in the middle of the wilderness. And listen, I've seen the security in front of some of your neighbors' homes. There's no way this mountain lion is walking up the front gate
No.
because
Yeah, no.
and if it does get past it, that's my cue that next time I'm out there, I'm going to dress up like a mountain lion and then I'll end up in Kim's
Listen,
backyard.
they might shoot you, Hank, but they will not shoot a mountain lion, so you're
It will
good.
not shoot the mountain lion.
No, it was a very big eye-opening experience for me. I was like, oh, we are okay. We're okay with this. This is how this works. Got it. But I was telling Matthew, I was like, I think when the comet hit our Earth, for everybody who believes that, I don't know. But you know how there's that speculation that a comet hit and then all the big piece of land split up?
Pangea.
What is it called?
Pangea.
Pangea. I think that the mountain lions were with the other big cats, like tigers and lions and leopards and all. And they got, unfortunately, put on this side of the land. Or fortunately, I don't know. Probably fortunately, because they have no predators here. You know what I mean?
Well, I often think like when that happened, I don't understand how dinosaurs went away, but alligators survived. Like,
Well, because they can live in water.
But it makes no sense. I don't understand like how we got alligators and crocodiles and snakes out of it, but then all the like cool animals like velociraptors went bye-bye.
Yeah, so cool. We would never be in existence if those things were still alive. Okay, you know what? We're going to switch. You're going to come live with the mountain lions considering you want to live with the cool animals, and I'm going to move back to Michigan where there's no fucking animals. I posted a picture the other day on social media and someone commented, that is not her hair. She just cut it. How is it this long? Well, it is my hair. It is all my hair. I have no extensions. I have nothing giving me the volume. It is all Nutrafol, guys. I take this like they are my favorite candy at nighttime. But seriously, it has really helped the strength of my hair. It has helped the volume. And you know what? It is, for a reason, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's trusted by over 1 million people. I see, and so do these people, thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months taking Nutrafol. The cold, dry air or winter can be unforgiving, but your hair doesn't have to suffer. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code MorningAfter. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code MorningAfter. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code MorningAfter.
There's nothing here, but it's so cold and it's getting cold. Like this week it's getting cold. And so I'm already like, a seasonal affective disorder. It's not good. So, I mean, listen, here's the thing. I don't think that there's like a perfect place.
No.
Like you think about all the pros and cons. Like people are always like, it's beautiful in San Diego, 365. Well, San Diego also always seems to get hit really hard with those wildfires, which are terrifying.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Do you take snow and gloom for 3 months and then escape having an earthquake, a flood, a wildfire? I don't know.
Ooh, this is a really good question. What do you think the perfect place is in the United States? Like if you had to name one. I have mine.
Well, I mean, weather-wise, everybody always says it's where you are. But then the problem with where you are is nobody can live. It's so expensive. And then there's always all these natural phenomenons. Like, and I love South Florida. But every year it seems like there's another hurricane that's kicking up. I love your Atlanta and the MARTA and the whole system down there. But it's 196 degrees from May until September.
Well, and then you get ice storms and they are not equipped for it and it is destroyed.
And I love Boston, but they get snow up to the top of the roof.
Okay, are you ready for mine? Because I know the perfect place.
Where?
It's Colorado. It's Denver. It's sunny. It's the sunniest place in the United States.
Yeah.
You get seasons. You get a nice summer. And then you get winter and you get to ski. There's mountains. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
Okay.
I'm in.
I'm not anti-Denver. I was very excited when Sam went there, and I thought I was going to like it more than I did, and I
well,
didn't.
maybe not like the city of Denver, but like in the surrounding areas.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe. All right. Tell me about your week. What's been going on?
It's just been crazy hectic. I'm just trying to keep up with all of it. I just I realized I have an addiction that I'm working to cure. My once a day Diet Coke has to be McDonald's fountain drink addiction. And I posted something about wanting to start a support group. And let me tell you, I have never had I'm having trouble with understanding the IG right now. So if you've sent a message, Kiki changed my thing to a dashboard and I don't know what the DMs are. And it's like, I'm so confused. But I've never received a bigger message and response to people wanting to be a part of the McDonald's Diet Coke support group.
That's fair. I'm going to hop
I
on
don't
that
get
train,
anything
though.
else there usually other than my large diet. And then I charge it like I'm a hillbilly because I never have like $1.95 or whatever it is to get my Diet Coke. But I love a McDonald's. It has to be a McDonald's Diet Coke.
Okay, so your It's a Lot this week is you're transitioning to no Diet Cokes from McDonald's.
I'm not going to transition away from it. My It's a Lot is right now I'm working to start a support group for it. No, my It's a Lot this week was Judge had surgery.
Yes.
I can tell you. Well, you put it on the IG, so I can say you had surgery. He had some back surgery. He's doing well. He's doing great. Here's what I've realized. If you are a very cute person going into surgery, you are even cuter coming out of surgery because then you're like, you've got this like whole like I need like help and support, and you like open your eyes and they're adorable and they're crystal blue. I am going to look like a barely a human being when I come out of my triple facelift, double nose job surgery.
Well,
this one came out and everyone is like, he is so cute. Oh my God, look how cute he is. Now he has like no clothes on. He can't sit up. He's got like gauze and tape everywhere, but he looked adorable.
Well,
and it kills me.
I hate to tell you this, but you won't be able to see your face after your facelift. You will be completely wrapped. So no one will know if you're cute or not, which is a good thing, right?
Well, my conversation at this place, which everyone was very wonderful, it wasn't a traditional hospital. It was what you in Malibu or Southern California would refer to as like a surgery clinic where you walk in looking one way and you walk out looking like Lindsay Lohan. What I found was, of course, they do like the back surgeries and the hips and all of that. But then, of course, I started talking with the nurse, Flo, and I'm like, what else do they do here? Sure enough, they have 3 plastic surgeons. And I'm like, whoa, this is the place to do it. And they did it even with him. This is how they do it with everybody. It was very Jennifer Aniston. You walked in the front door like a normal human being, you check in, you go out the back door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the way to do it.
Listen, they have a lot of these surgical centers in LA, obviously. A lot of them are like no one knows about. It's pretty amazing what they can do now. But also like those places scare me. So I'm like, what if something horrible happens? Like, don't you need to be in a hospital?
Well, you need to make sure they have a crash cart. These are the things that I know. Like you have to have something where like they can pump you back to life if you need it.
I know, but
if
like
I were you, I would be using all of and you have resources, obviously. I would literally just be saying, who did Lohan? Who did it? What happened? I'm figuring this out. I'm using, if there's anything that we've, the connections from the NFL, Matthew, all the work he's done, what is it going to get you? Who took care of Lohan?
Now, when I find this out, do I send this to you? Is this what you're saying?
I'm saying, you just said to me before we started rolling, it's so hard for me to figure out what to get you for Christmas. First of all, get me nothing.
But a facelift.
Give me the gift of Lohan.
Okay. Now, I hated on that so much, and then you guys sent me the before and after, and I was like, ooh. She looks great, though. So, to each her own.
Phenomenal.
Whatever. If you grew up like me, we were drinking out of hoses, drinking out of sinks with no problem. But now as I get older, I realize how unsafe tap water is. About 45% of tap water is contaminated by PFAS, and so that's why we live on our AquaTrue. AquaTrue are water purifiers, and they remove these contaminants. And what I love about it, they have all different kinds. They have installation-free countertop purifiers, or they have under-the-sink options. So no matter how you're living, you can do this. And the filters are affordable and long-lasting. So guys, if you are in the need for clean water, look no further than AquaTrue. We have seriously fallen in love with those. In fact, we have one that is not installed that we take wherever we go. And honestly, I can truly like taste the difference compared to, the original tap water. And I know George is getting good water. It also makes my tea and coffee taste so much better. So AquaTrue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and even makes a great gift. Today, my listeners receive 20% off any AquaTrue purifier. Just go to aquatrue.com. That's AQUATRU.com and enter the code morning after at checkout. That is 20% off any AquaTrue water purifier when you go to aquatrue.com and use that promo code MORNINGAFTER. Also, guys, it does make a great gift. If you know someone who's living in an area where their water really is poor, get them the purifier. Make sure they're safe and drinking clean water. Okay, thanks.
Phenomenal.
Yes. Now, moving on into the holidays too. We talked about last week how the elf and Santa need to do some parenting, need to pick up some weight, considering they get a lot of credit for what we do. And I had a moment this past week. My kids were literally just not listening, and I'm pretty tough on my kids, but I also expect a lot. And I don't think it's bad to expect a lot from your children. Like you expect what you expect, whether that be the respect that they show to other people, things like that. And I want them, as we all do, to be really good people. So they were being really shitty people last week, not listening, also just like ungrateful, and to the point where I decided that Sugar Plum needed to step in. And as of now, Sugar Plum has not been at our house the last 2 days, and I don't see her coming back in a bit. She wrote them a letter. Do you want me to read you the letter?
Yeah. And obviously, I mean, they're too young to know that that's your handwriting.
Yes. I try to change it up. I do try and like make it different, but it's hard. I mean, fuck, how do you do that? So, and I also am a horrible, as you guys know, English is my second language. First, we don't know is the first one.
Country.
Southern. Okay, so here's the letter that Sugar Plum wrote. Dear Sawyer, Chandler, Hunter, and Tyler, in the North Pole, we are a team. We listen to Santa and always look out and care for one another. Santa only sends elves to families who make good teams, but he has asked me to come back to the North Pole until things are better here. You see, I snuck into your car on the way here and heard your parents ask you multiple times to quiet down. I also was watching last night. I know you are such great girls, but until you can show Santa that you are good listeners and that you care for one another, I won't be allowed back. I know your hearts are good, and I know I will see you very soon. Love, Sugar Plum. Okay. Now, this happened, and what really threw me over the edge was Chandler and Sawyer were playing tug of war in the living room. Dumb. I go, that's not an indoor game unless you're in a gym. Something happens. Chandler falls back, steps on Tyler's eye. She had a shiner immediately. She's bawling, crying. She comes upstairs. I'm like, what happened? Chandler stepped on me. I said, okay, obviously an accident. We all know that. Now, should they be doing that inside? No, but still, whatever. My problem with it was that nobody checked on her. Nobody cared. They just kept moving through what they were doing. And that is what pissed me off. I was like, you've got to take care of one another. You know, there's the whole like speech, this is the longest relationship you're ever going to have. This is your little sister who looks up to you, like all these things. And I was like, you know what, guys, I can't do this. Like I'm doing my best here, but y'all have also got to look out for one another. And so then Sugar Plum stepped in because I'd had it. And, you know, I'm texting with Matthew. He's actually was at the hotel for the game, and I'm texting with him, and he's so good, but he's also not there a lot of it. So he was like, just remember, like, you're only going to get a certain amount of holidays with them. Like, try to make the best out of them because these memories are, they're fleeting, you know, like they're getting older. They're not going to believe it's the whole thing. And I'm sitting there going, fuck you, because he's right. But I'm also like, I'm exhausted. I can't do it. And honestly, I needed a break from the elf anyway. So this is what I did. And she has not come back yet.
What I pictured in that moment right now is Matthew in the hotel. And when they're in those hotels, there are very intense team meetings. And they're working strategy. And McVeigh, you know how intense McVeigh is. I love him. He's in, he and Matthew are and Matthew's like, just 1 minute. I have an issue with Sugar Plum.
Sean, hold that thought.
Let me get back to you about the O-line. I got to deal with Sugar Plum right now at the house. Just a minute.
I mean, that is really true. But he did have some good advice. But at the same time, I was like, no, she's going to parent because I'm done. I need them to behave a little better. I'm exhausted. Everyone's exhausted during this stretch of the year. It's end of the year. It's holidays. We're figuring out what the plans are for next year. I mean, it is exhausting. And I can't, to be honest, I can't be the best mom right now. Like I am truly and genuinely exhausted. So Sugar Plum has to step up and help my kids behave. So there's that.
I believe 100% that you are speaking for the majority of moms and dads right now who feel the exact same way. When I'm walking up to school for drop off, it literally looks like an episode of The Walking Dead. These parents are just like, they drop the kid and then they all look at each other and we give each other this look like, I got you. Like, I feel you. Don't even say a word. Yes, I'm running in here. They're all inside the building. I'm late. I forgot the snow pants.
Yeah, fuck. How about Chandler comes home yesterday? She's star student next week. The week before the holidays. Do you know what you have to do for star student?
Something.
A poster with pictures, a timeline. Every day's a new thing they get to do. And I literally told Chandler, I go, hey, I'm going to email your teacher. We're not being star student next week. Like, who does that?
And probably not the best. And I'm also giving out bad advice. This wonderful listener of the podcast sent me a screenshot for their December calendar for school. And each day was a different day. And I said, change school districts. Pack up and move. I don't care where. Are you kidding me? Leading up to Christmas, you're going to tell me today is Twinkle Hair Day and tomorrow is Wear Stars Day and the next day is Wear an Elf Shirt? Like, no, my child is barely getting to school with pants on and you're going to tell me that tomorrow is Wear Green and Red Day? No, not right now.
You're
not
like,
right now.
No, you're like, you know what, girl? New year, new you, new school. Okay, that is her suggestion. That's all we got for you. That's horrible. It really is. I listen, and again, I don't like to shit on the holidays. The holidays are usually my favorite time of year. They really are. But for some reason this year, I've lost it. And I'm like trying to get it back. Like we were decorating cookies last night and I'm over in the corner wrapping, trying to get these gifts sent. And Matthew's like, hey, do you want to come decorate cookies with us? And I was like, I don't have time. And that's horrible because that's the memory I want.
Yeah.
The gifts can wait, but I was exhausted. I wanted to go to bed. I didn't want to stay up all night.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. Holidays. Yay, holidays.
Yeah, holidays. But Matthew, again, of course, Matthew gives the right advice. Like, enjoy the moments. Like, they're fleeting. You know, in 5 years, she's not going to want to drive around and look at the lights with me. She's going to be running around with her friends.
I know. So, but it's easy to say. It's easier to say when you're not in it every day.
Sure. I get it.
And I'm not like, you know, I don't know. That suggestion or that advice was really good and it made me feel like shit. But it's for all the moms out there that are like, yeah, I would have done that too. It is easier for someone to say who is not dealing with it on, you know, an everyday basis. If you grew up like me, we were drinking out of hoses, drinking out of sinks with no problem. But now as I get older, I realize how unsafe tap water is. About 45% of tap water is contaminated by PFAS. And so that's why we live on our AquaTrue. AquaTrue are water purifiers and they remove these contaminants. And what I love about it, they have all different kinds. They have installation-free countertop purifiers or they have under the sink options. So no matter how you're living, you can do this. And the filters are affordable and long-lasting. So guys, if you are in the need for clean water, look no further than AquaTrue. We've seriously fallen in love with those. In fact, we have one that is not installed that we take wherever we go. And honestly, I can truly like taste the difference compared to, the original tap water. And I know George is getting good water. It also makes my tea and coffee taste so much better. So AquaTrue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and even makes a great gift. Today, my listeners receive 20% off any AquaTrue purifier. Just go to aquatrue.com. That's AQUATRU.com and enter the code morning after at checkout. That is 20% off any AquaTrue water purifier when you go to aquatrue.com and use that promo code MORNINGAFTER. Also, guys, it does make a great gift. If you know someone who's living in an area where their water really is poor, get them the purifier. Make sure they're safe and drinking clean water. Okay, thanks. All right. I need to hear, because I don't really know about this United Healthcare situation. You texted me about it. What is going on? I mean, I know kind of why.
You haven't been on the Twitter in years since you started. You had some moments where it was suggested that it might not be good for you to be on.
It was for everybody's benefit.
Otherwise known as the X.
The X.
I have been, as a journalist and as a news person, obsessed with the story of the CEO of United Healthcare who was gunned down in Manhattan. Obviously a horrible tragedy. But now the last 48 hours, this manhunt and this person they picked up of interest in Altoona, Pennsylvania, eating a hash brown at McDonald's.
No.
It has become so fascinating because on the Twitter, he's an attractive looking man.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Before you continue, did you just say he was eating a hash brown at McDonald's when he got picked up by the police?
Yes.
Did he have a Diet Coke? Can he be in your support group?
Well, he was eating breakfast. I'm not sure. I typically don't touch the Diet Cokes until lunch. I don't know what his regime is.
Okay. All right. Backtrack. Okay, continue. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
He was eating a hash brown at the McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And I've been texting with a friend of mine who's a reporter in New York who happens to be in Altoona covering this because I'm obsessed with it. But this is why society is such a disaster right now. I go on the X, the Twitter, just to get all my latest updates. And the gays, many of the gays, it's not all gays. There's a lot of women who are doing it too. There are people who are putting him on this pedestal because of his looks.
No.
They're posting all his shirtless pics and they're like, honey, I don't care if he's guilty. He can come spend the holidays with me. And I'm like, listen, this man is right now, is what? Alleged. Thank you, Judge. Thank Jesus for Judge. He's alleged.
Innocent and proven guilty until proven guilty.
I don't think he has not been charged, correct? He's been charged. Oh, he has been. Okay. So this is somebody who is under investigation for what appears to be a heinous crime. We should in no way be glamorizing him or working to see like if there's more shirtless pics or nude pics. Now, having said all of that, he's an attractive man.
Okay.
But,
you're part of the problem.
The circumstances of this thing, it's like I need the Dateline episode or the Ryan Murphy miniseries that will be airing in 2 to 3 years because so much of it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand how he knew exactly the moment this person would be walking out of that hotel because he wasn't lying in wait. They tracked him and he came allegedly came up and opened fire on this guy. Then they find him at the McDonald's eating the hash brown, and he still has the firearm, the mask, the manifesto, cash, and fake IDs. This is a private school educated valedictorian who graduated from an Ivy League college.
What?
Was a fraternity guy, is all the staples of what we consider to be the ultimate level of success and prestige. His family owns golf courses in New Jersey and on the East Coast. What happened here?
Oh, shit.
I can't figure it out. And it's the bigger I get into my rabbit hole on X, I can't seem to get out of it. It's not exactly what I want to be thinking about during the holidays, but
listen, I would rather be thinking about anything else with the holidays, so I'm in.
Well, I don't want you to get on the Twitter, so please stay off the Twitter, but it's all going down on Twitter. Yeah, it's all going down. And it's a very, very interesting story. So I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this one, what they think really happened. Obviously, we need the facts to come out. NYPD is obviously leading this investigation. Did the feds take over?
Didn't I hear that he just had back surgery?
So there's speculation allegedly that he had a lot of back related issues and may have had a surgery that went wrong. And as a result, allegedly may have become impotent from the surgery.
Oh.
Which, if you've seen the shirtless pictures of him, is a crying shame.
Okay. You are the problem. You're the one glamorizing him. This is
no,
like the
not in any way. I want to
Menendez brothers.
I want to make that crystal clear. Anyone accused of a crime of this nature, it should be handled the way it should be handled.
Yes, allegedly.
Making light of it on the internet whenever they do. Sometimes it's like good for a little comic relief, but other times you're like, okay, people, like get in line here. Like this is a crime. You know?
Yeah, I mean, did the CEO, I mean, obviously he has family. So unfortunately, like we should really be thinking about them and not the murderer who might have a 6-pack.
50-year-old father, I think, of 2 from Minnesota.
No, I didn't know that.
And what this has done that's really interesting, though, unlike other crimes or hits, is people have very visceral reactions regarding insurance and healthcare in the United States. And a lot of people have been handled not in the right way. A lot of people have, and a lot of good insurance companies, a lot of bad insurance companies. So this has been one of those things where they feel like, for some people, see it as like, well, a little bit of justice. No,
and it's not. Murdering someone is never a way to get justice, but we live in a time where shit is crazy and people, it's a lot of it's sad. But we're praying for that man's family, because I can only imagine being them, not only losing the dad and your husband, but also seeing probably everything afterwards and seeing people glamorizing this man who has murdered your husband. I think obviously I would lose my shit. So I am praying for them, because that seems very beyond difficult. And it should have never happened. So crazy. Where he's not going to have a 6-pack in prison. So there's that. If he is found guilty. Okay.
Judge just said allegedly, and I disagree. I think, and I will never. I don't even like to put this onto the universe, but I think once people are in prison, the food is so bad, and all you have time to do is work out.
I know, but how miserable does that sound? Like, I live for food.
I do too, and the last thing I want is to have the body of my dreams, and now nobody can see it.
This is true.
I don't even have an Instagram where I can post a picture of it anymore.
All right, we're done with this guy. We are moving on. We are moving on to Good Bad Hunty, because she had a moment. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to us talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, or maybe even grocery shopping. But if you're not in some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you can be doing right now. Getting on a quote from Progressive Insurance. It's easy, and you could save money by doing it right from your phone. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $750 on average, and auto consumers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and more. So just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year, so you're protected no matter what. Multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations. And it's pretty good. So we were at the game. They wanted to go down the sideline. I'm not like a huge sideline person, but we did it. And we're talking to each other, and all of a sudden the refs come up, like 2 refs, maybe 2, and they're giving my daughter's knuckles, and I'm like, And I'm like, hey, turn around, and they turn around, and they have their dad on the back, and I was like, all right, let's just make sure we make the right calls and we protect this guy today. I said something like that, but not as direct. And they kind of laughed, and they're like, I don't know. Do you guys boo us? And I was like, no, of course not. And we're like, I turned to walk away and Hunter goes, yes, you do. I was like, now he had like, I did not turn back around because I was mortified because she's right. And I booed the hell out of them on that game because there was some horrible calls. But she said that and I was like, God bless it, Hunter. She goes, what? You can't lie. I was like, I go, we're gonna discuss when you are allowed to tell a lie, okay? Because
White lies.
are we allowed to call it a white lie? Don't know where that came from. It seems like it could have come from some not so good. So maybe we look that up. But yes, a small lie, okay? Now, do I think that the refs heard it? I think one of them did. And I felt really bad.
Probably. But it's a cute little girl saying it, and it's funny. They probably got a kick out of it. They deal with so much shit, those refs.
I know. Well, I did the whole little like smack, like, just like the little, hey, like the little tap, little love tap to her. She was like, ow. And I was like, oh, great. So now I am booing the refs and I'm smacking my daughter. So this is great. This is great. This is why I don't come on the sideline. Nothing good ever comes from being down there. But of course, it had to be her. And she's so sweet when she says it and so cute and so honest.
She's so cute.
I know.
And her little her big eyes. I mean, she's just adorable.
She was like, Mommy, yes, you do. And I was like, hush. But I did boo them that game. I booed them tremendously. And that's bad. I had to apologize to people around me. I was hot. We also were taking shots for every touchdown and did not realize it was
the highest scoring game of the season. Did you get taken out in a body bag?
No, I started splitting mine up in halves, but I prayed for everybody else who was in the suite.
It was like 44 to 42 or something, wasn't it?
There were a lot of little red Solo cups being passed around in little shot glasses. So there's that.
My
I know.
God.
All right. But honestly, I want to try and turn these holidays around. I want to enjoy it. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be present in the moment because, like Matthew said, these times are very limited with the kids before they grow out of it. And yeah, I don't want the memories to be of me yelling at them during the holidays or me stressing about getting gifts sent. You know what? The gifts will get there. And if my mom and dad don't have a present on Christmas and they have a present 2 days later, I'm sure they're going to be okay. So,
yeah.
And I'm sure they'd be okay without one in general. But, I like Christmas and I try to really go hard for it. If you guys have any ideas for Hank's present, I would be...
I do. Just a Venmo.
Okay. Hush. Unreal. I would love to hear what people say because I think people would come up with really funny things. And I would like the same thing. Judge knows the stress I had with thinking about the problem is we're no matter what, everybody's incredibly blessed. Nobody needs anything. Yeah. So it's like, what do you get somebody, And you already gave me a gift that changed my life because I have a life partner now because of that Madonna concert. I love that. I do think you would have found Judge regardless, but...
That's so funny. We were just talking about that today.
Yeah.
We were like, we were being connected by other people and things and life and whatever. Probably. Yeah. But it was that actual meeting that night a year ago that precipitated another friend of ours to say like, oh, and put us on a group text days later.
That.
So if it wasn't for you buying, well, listen, I was going to be there no matter what. But
that's true too.
I may not have been in that position at that time had that not all played out. So
well, I love it for y'all. All right, guys. Well, this is wrapping up. Wrapping up oh no, it's not. We have one more episode for Christmas, don't we? Yep. Oh God. Okay. This is gonna be a lot of days that I have to text you because this feels like it's just forever. Also, you're gonna laugh. Remember, I sent you all the decorations that we had put in place outside our home.
It's very colorful.
It is very colorful, guys. It ended up being like 4 days, not one, like I thought. It looks amazing, though. It really does. It's fun. Matthew's even happy with it, so we're okay there. But these winds have taken out literally all of the decorations. I mean, they're everywhere. So there's that. You know, didn't really think about that when we were putting all of it up, that there might be 70-mile-per-hour winds. But here we
Now,
are.
the
So,
blow-up features that you have,
yeah,
do those go back to the company that puts them up? Like, are they
yes.
rentals, or you don't keep those, like, in the basement or something?
No, we don't
Okay.
keep the hugging bear in the basement. Now, if you'd like me to keep the hugging bear, if you need a hug every now and then, I will gladly ask if we can keep it. Is that what you're asking for?
You had him last year
I know, I love the hugging bear. My kids love the
because he
hugging
was
bear.
right outside the bedroom I was sleeping in, and he makes audible noise as he's
Yes,
hugging.
he does.
I wanted to run out there at 2 a.m. and unplug him. It makes noise.
I know. There's a lot of noise coming out from outside our house. There's also what are the nutcrackers? There's like 10-foot nutcrackers on each side of our walkway that say shit and sing shit as you walk by.
Oh my God.
Not over the top at all. Definitely it's tasteful.
Yes. It's beautiful.
Okay, guys. We will see you guys next week. Remember to rate 5 stars, like, and subscribe. See you on Tuesday for our thoughts on the big division rivalry game. And also, we will see you next week, December 21st, at the Stand in New York City. We're very excited about that. It's our last show. We're really going to end it with a bang, and then come right back and celebrate Christmas, because we're all not going to be exhausted or anything after that. It's going to be the best day ever. You know what I mean? Here we go. All right, guys. But until then, we will see you next week. Have a splash.
Make a splash, please.